Previously on the Pallet Wood Cabin build. Using an awl and some brackets I had lying around, I fixed a few pallet wood shelves on the inside walls of the cabin. I then used an old piece of pipe insulation foam to fill in the gaps in the roof of the cabin to keep out the cold draft. Dad then joined me later, and together we worked on a small lean-to roof at the back of the cabin. Dad had recently found an old plastic sink from a nearby refuse site, so we put some hinges on it and a piece of string either side to allow extra support. It also meant that the sink could be folded away when not in use. Dad also found a wing mirror which seemed to be from an old transit van. This we fitted to the outside wall above the sink. Join us now for episode 9, where we begin work on a pallet wood picket fence which we make using a simple handsaw. Well, there's certainly no shortage of sauce, thanks to one of our subscribers. Got loads of HP, literally an industrial sized HP.
Wow!
That's my one. How much do you want that? A little bit?
Not quite as much. Bit more. That'll leave me, I think. I don't want a bath in it. I think we'll have a bath.
Us English, us Brits, we love a bit of HP, don't we?
Kind of anything without sauce.
Yeah. Right, let's tuck in.
Serious mouthful. It's a
You went for the fold.
It's a real British mouthful. I went for the fold. Mike, what the hell was that? Is that
I told you.
Was this a tree?
Yeah, I said in the last episode. You know when you put that cross strut support on the tree? Well, now the tree moves, it just creaks in it.
Sounds like someone's trying to get in.
Bit creepy at night.
All ready for my first overnighter here?
Yeah.
I will bring a 12 gauge, just in case it's not the tree. Bread's good.
Warmer winds, or prevailing winds, southwesterly winds, that we get here in the south of the UK, mean that the typical weather we get is a lot of rain, but it's also mild. Down here in the south of England, there's probably a 5 to 6 degree difference between the south of England and the north degree, would you say?
I can almost tell you when global warming started. I feel it started around early 1970. And the reason being, we used to go float fishing. If any of you watched our sister show, Totally Awesome Fishing Show, you'll see we do quite a bit of float fishing in fresh water. And we used to traditionally, anything from the 1950s onwards, float fishing for species like tension carp. It was the norm. But we all noticed in about early 1970 there was more wind dragging the float out of position on lakes that we never had that trouble with before. So I feel global warming started, my opinion, only around early 1970. What do you guys think? Has anybody else noticed changes in the weather?
So we've got the tea going. I've got it, as usual, in a cookser, wooden cookser, hand-carved by my buddy Will Canavan. Dad has got it in the plastic special, because he didn't bring a cookser today, so it's just me. One of the questions we do get asked is, how long have we sort of been doing pallet wood projects? Obviously this whole cabin's made from pallet wood, but it is a question we get asked quite a lot, isn't it?
The thing is, people think, oh, you just made that up and started it. No, we've had a film up on YouTube on making picket fence from pallet wood.
Done really well, that one,
which is what we've done out there. It's done really, really well. Helped a lot of people out. It's a cheap method of fencing. But when I had my furniture businesses, I had various businesses, and furniture shops was one of them. What I had was also a contract from a company to collect their pallets and their cardboard. Okay, so they paid me to dispose of those. No problem. I had my various places you go for that. But I didn't want to waste those pallets. So I discovered a way of cutting the pallets at that angle with the minimum work in between the customers I had in my shop. I'd do it just down the side. Then I thought, you can paint them, you can stain them, you can leave them plain, you can sell them. And I used to sell one panel for £7.99, which is what, $10 now, about $10, which, like, this is 35 years ago or more, was quite decent, especially as I got paid to get it wood anyway. And then I discovered people said, can you fit those as well? We'll pay you to fit them. So obviously, am I going to turn the dollar away? Who would do? So those pallets have been very, very good to me, and that's why I can mess around doing a lot with pallets, because I've been doing it a pretty long time. But this project, the cabin, man, that was something totally different. It's easy to do, and I think we're going to do something where we might show people finally at the final stages from start to finish.
Yeah, we'll put something.
We'll give you guys a few dimensions.
Some people forget that some of our original videos, I think one of the first videos ever on TA Outdoors was actually one of your pallet wood projects. So you know, we've been doing the pallet wood stuff for quite a while.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, it's one of those things where you just want to recycle. We're trying to recycle. We're trying to do everything on the cheap. And do you know what? The best thing about the pallet wood stuff is that it's doable for most people. You know, it's achievable for most people, especially in the UK here, where it's just logs and things like that. It's just, you can't access that, can you?
Exactly,
really?
yeah,
You can't get that. So it's
everybody
and
can
space,
get hold of
space is a really tight thing here in the UK. It's just, you know, we've got 65 million people in our tiny country, and it's just impossible for us to find space. We're very lucky where we are. Is private land.
Well, this
and
one's family.
You know, yeah,
family
land,
okay
and we do have permission. So I'm out here in a different woodland now, because I had a bit of an idea with regards to the roof, the tin roof of the cabin. Still not quite sure whether it's going to work, but I'll tell you guys about it in a minute. I'm actually in a completely different area of woodland at the moment. There's much more sort of conifer trees around, Scots pine. There's still the silver birch around, bigger ones, older ones, but it's mostly Scots pine. Small ones as well. But yeah, it's mostly evergreens through here. So I'm just exploring, scouting around, seeing what I can find. Keep that for the old tinder bag, for sure. It's not too rotten, wet, but it will dry. That bit's got a bit of mud on it. Silver birch is great because it just rots from the inside out really, so the bark is almost the last piece living on the tree. So you can generally harvest it. When a tree's fallen down, you can harvest it, you know, quite a bit later than when it actually was down or blown down. But that's enough for a bit. I might get fired in a minute with that. All dead grass. Bit thicker through here. It's a great spot for a little camp, if I'm honest. Still frosty on the trees. This part of it's only just below freezing today, but this part of the woodland never seems to get any sunlight, so there's frost all about here. This is dense. I've come to this bit before. I've been here previously. Brought with me my tinder pouch. There's a tinder pouch with fire lighting gear. My knife, which is on me. Cookser, because I'm going to fire up the coffee because I'm quite a bit away from the cabin. Folding saw. Left my other one at the cabin. And a few extra camera lenses. So much in the way of dead dry wood for kindling here. I'm a bit spoilt for choice. All birch, I think. A bit of pine down there as well. So much of it. That should be enough kindling to get it going. I'll explain what I came to this woodland for in a minute. I just want to get a fire and a tea or a coffee on. And I'm going to light a fire today by Flint and Steel, sort of traditional, bit of a traditional method. But I'm going to use the fire steel that I forged with Alec steel. So first I need some dry grass. This stuff is perfect. It's really dry. This would be ideal. This should take a spark from a bit of char cloth anyway, one would hope. There's two sort of different bits to the grass. You've got the sort of long, thin, tubular part, which won't take the spark too easily, but when it burns, it will burn for a while. And then you've got the kind of blade-like part of the grass, and this is This is the bit that you want when basically putting it in the tinder bundle, and try not to get these tubular pieces, these thicker bits, in your tinder bundle. Try and just get the blades of grass. This is all lovely and dry, so it should be fine. And there's plenty of it. And try, if you look, there's the wet stuff. There's different colour here on the right. You can see it's sort of dark golden brown. That's not going to be good for trying to get the fly going, so I'll get rid of that and go for this light. The whiter it is, the better it is, basically. It's basically a big sort of handful like that should be enough. Back to camp. Pick the tripod up on the way. So this is my tinder pouch. I've had this years. There's actually a video on my channel showing you how I made this just from a piece of leather. I think you can buy these. There's if you check out Mike, MCQ Bushcraft, he's got an awesome channel. Mike is like a really top quality leather worker in my opinion, and he makes some amazing ones of these with his stamp and everything. So you know, they're popular. You can make all different shapes and sizes. They've been around years and years and years, well, hundreds of years really, but Mike makes some really good ones. So I'll pop a link in the description to Mike at MCQ. He makes some really cool ones, and he makes some awesome bushcraft videos as well. So just to give you an idea what I've got in here, that's like Flint and Steel Kit, my older Flint and Steel Kit. And just in this tin is basically, I also keep a little small magnifying glass in there as well. There's my old, well, I won't use this one today, but my Steel Striker. A couple of pieces of flint, some jute twine, and in that tub is a bit of char cloth, but it's not very good char cloth. It sort of came with the tin as a kit. But that's just a handy little tin. You can get like Altoids tins and things like that to keep those sort of things in. There's the Steel Striker I just forged recently on my channel with Alec. I'll pop a link in the description to this one as well, which we made. That was really awesome to be able to forge my own Flint Striker. So this is what I'm using today. And then I've got bits of kind of paper birch from a silver birch bark, but it's more sort of papery thin. A bigger tin of char cloth here, which I'm going to use, so I'll get that out. And in here some, I think if I'm right, it should be some cramp balls in here, which are Daldinia concentrica, which is a fungus that grows on dead ash trees. And that is, I keep a few of those in here as well. So a bit of a kind of traditional tinder bag. And I also keep a bit of man-made stuff, just a barbecue firelighter, which is, you know, important as well. So that's in the kit. So all I'm going to need for this is a bit of flint. Let's check this works. There you go, plenty of sparks coming off that. Before I do that, I'm also going to use that birch bark that I picked off that tree a minute ago that you just saw. I'm going to use that here. But with the grass that I've just picked off the ground, it's quite good to rough it up. I like to just break up the fibres, expose all the drier fibres inside the grass, and it's more time consuming, but it makes it way easier for fire lighting. So it takes about 5 minutes to just rough it all up, break the fibres, expose the fibres, and it will take a spark a lot better. So what I'll do to begin with, I've got everything I need close by. What I'll do to begin with is, I've got birch bark, I've got a tinder bundle here, which is the grass that I've just dried up, and a backup one as well here, just to put on top to help light it. Got everything I need at hand. I don't need a tinder bag near anymore, so we'll put that to the side. What I'll do is I'll get a spark on the char cloth first, and then I'll change the camera angle so you can see the whole process. So find the sharp bit on the flint, it's usually sharp angles, and then you can see where I've been striking it on the striker before. I like to keep a couple of millimeters gap here for the sparks just to allow them to get hot before they hit the char cloth. It's just something I do. Aim this up. Right, there you go. So you see that? That's glowing. I can leave that like that now, and that will just smoulder away, so that's fine. So I'll put it with my tinder bundle, get it organised, zoom the camera back. That's just going to smoulder away nicely. So I'm going to make a hole in the tinder bottle, like a bird's nest basically. That's still glowing in the with the wind there, so I'm going to push that in there. Cover the tinder over. At this point you want to be aware of where the wind direction is going. If I'm going to blow into this tinder bundle and the wind's coming right into my face, as this smokes more, I'm just going to get smoked out. So just hold your tinder bundle up and I can see the smokes going that way. So it probably makes sense for me to stand this side. That way. It all goes that way. Are you ready? Take a breath, keep wafting it a bit just to keep that ember going. Fly. There you go. You see that? Yeah. Get the other bit of grass to go on top. At this point, should be okay. I want to get the birch bark lit, really. Now, I didn't bring a brace, which is a big stick to basically lean this up so I can hold it here just to let the oxygen get underneath it and catch some of these sticks alight. Anyway, can you guys see that? Let's get in on this. Sorry about that. I'm just holding these sticks there now, just to let them catch a bit better, get that oxygen. And then I can just teepee it, really, get that teepee shape going. Gonna do a basic pot hanger, and I mean really basic. The billy is going to basically slide up over here. I found a little bit of a knot there, which is where the bail arm of the billy will just sit there, and then I just need to spike this side, and that should be enough to boil a pot. Got the billy. I think I've got some tea, hopefully, or coffee. We will see. Blow that up. It's a bit more of a tutorial, this. So that's the basic bushcraft setup, literally stick in the ground, job done. But it is just a case of trying to keep these flames now, or at least lower that a bit, just to about there, and build those flames up again. Just enough to boil it, that's all it is, that's all it needs. I could put it directly on the fire, but the coals or the embers aren't big enough yet, so it would just take ages to boil. I can get it done quicker this way. Coffee, instant coffee in the end. This is, I'm told by Will, this cookser is white oak burl, which is apparently really quite rare to get. So it's pretty cool. I think Will did an awesome job there of carving that. He is one incredible green woodworker. Cheers. Whoops. Just letting the fire go out now because I don't really need it for anything. So I forgot to tell you guys why I'm here. So the reason I came here is because it's a much more sort of shaded area of woodland, and because of that there's moss growing around. and I've been scouting just general areas where the moss is thickest. Because what I'm thinking is, when I've been doing the overnighters in the Pallet Wood Cabin, with it being a tin roof, when it rains, and I think there was a subscriber from Australia or something who said he's had a tin roof before or something like that, and when they get like monsoons over there, it just makes the biggest racket ever. And that's what sort of happened with me on one of the nights. It wasn't a monsoon, but the rain really did come down, and as a result it was just making such a noise, and I had a pretty bad night's sleep. So I was thinking, rather than take all the roof off and just make more work for ourselves, maybe putting some sort of chicken wire over the roof or something like that, and then putting moss on top. Obviously that would give it a bit more of an aesthetic look as well, but it's more to the moss on top to prevent the noise of the rain as it hits the tin. I'm not sure if the moss is going to grow, if I'm honest, through the chicken wire itself, but I'm just guessing that with there being chicken wire on top, it gives the roots of the moss a couple of inches to grow. I don't know, maybe you guys know if that will work or not. I really don't have a clue if that's going to work.
Giggity, 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 gig.
Literally addicted to coffee. Not a massive fan of the instant stuff, but it's handy for like general long hikes. thank you so much, guys, for watching this episode. Hopefully we'll be able to get another Pallet Wood project episode out soon. We've got sort of quite a few more things that we're going to do here at the little cabin.
Ideas all the way.
We'll see you soon in the next episode.
No. I've seen those gifts and that Mike gets. Well, I bought him something as well. But the thing is, it's not unboxing. He's going to have to guess it, and I'm going to do charades to help him.
No. So I'm not allowed to basically see what Dad's got for me here, and we're gonna play basically a game of charades, which, if you don't know what that is, you're not allowed to talk, and you have to try and guess
it.
Yeah, you have to try and guess through movement. So fire away, Dad.
Right. Mustn't speak at all.
Yeah. No more talking now.
Okay.
First word. Half the first word sounds like car. Lorry. Van. Sounds like van, but it's a bird with 2 words. Half the first word, paw. What is that? Screw.
It's a family show.
Can. Canada geese.
It's not plural, guys. It is, in fact, a single Canada.
Awesome. Where did you get
Feel
that?
it? It's heavy.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's made out of concrete
It's pretty tough.
or plaster or what's
Yeah.
that? It's got something on mark underneath it. Or
Oh, there you go.
what does it say? It's like a maker's mark.
J.B. Garton. J.B. Garton. Heritage decoys. Oh, it's a decoy.
It's a heritage.
It's an old school decoy.
Is it?
Also says limited edition. If you guys can see that. Very vintage.
It is, yeah. So this can go somewhere in here because we're going to put some bird boxes up as well.
Yep.
I don't think we're going to get any of these guys in a bird box. I rather hope. In fact, the size these things grow from Canada. Yeah. Why do you send us Canada geese from Canada?
Oh, I'll tell you what, we're sick of them over here. We
There's
get so many over here. We're
and
done
they
with
make
them.
such a mess everywhere, don't they?
Yeah,
we're fishing. You're going down the riverbank, fishing, fighting a fish.
Slipping on turds.
Slipping on it everywhere, yeah.
So he's got another. He's just told me he's got another item. But again, it's a game of charades, so you guys can probably help out a bit if you can.
If you've got simple minds like we have over here,
Yeah,
with a sense of humour, listen, what is life without a sense of humour, guys?
Exactly.
Come on.
Right.
And you know he's going to get it, he's my son. I mean, I might be a bit dense, but he's got all my genes of brain is in there.
Okay. Bird. Definitely a bird. First word. One word. Half the first word. Okay, yeah. Sounds like glass. Wood. Woodpecker. Woodpecker.
Got it right again? Oh, that's a pigeon, isn't it? What noise is a woodpecker? Oh, they went brrr, brrr. Now, we don't know what type that is. Got little wire legs as well.
Yeah, little wire legs there. That's really neat.
I'm thinking it's a green woodpecker. And I think the green woodpecker here in England, I don't think they actually go on the trees too much. The ones I've photographed have been on the ground, drilling away.
Round 3. In the sky. Sun. Sunbathe. Moon. Dark. Night. Nighttime. Bird. Owl. Owl.
Scowl. That was supposed to be scowl.
Oh.
There we have it. On a little plinth. A couple of barn owls. What type of owl is that? All you ornithologists out there should know exactly what they are. But we have a pair of owls to reside here at Badger's Rest.
One word. What is that? Fast. Shoot. It's a game, shooting bird. Shooting. You can eat it. Pecking. Seeds. Farm crops. Eat seed crops. Crop seeds. Pheasant. Pigeon. That's a really. What is wrong with that?
I didn't know what else to call it.
That is not. Are you sure that's a pigeon, Dad?
Well,
that's not
pregnant
a pigeon.
wherever it is.
That is not. Look at the size of that. Dumpy. That's
It's
a
not-
fattest pigeon.
It's not one of those stun grenades
This
that you
is-
pull the feathers out and throw it.
Are you sure that's a pigeon?
What else can you call it? Do you guys out there tell us what
That
the
to
hell
me,
this is?
that does not look. I know pigeons are pretty fat, but
Well,
that
eat a lot of
doesn't-
crops.
Yeah, that's
It's
not
full of
a
lead shot.
Yeah.
It's eating a cricket ball.
Anyway, bit of fun, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.
Thanks so much for watching this episode.
Great.
And we'll see you soon in the next one.